Jai Srila Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Maharaj ki Jai.
Jai, all the Latvian Bhaktivinoda ki Jai, all the survivors of the Baltic Vaishnava festivals ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So let us begin. Oh, good, we've got Paramanandru in the car. I went to Instagram, I went to Facebook. I was so disappointed. I couldn't find any live broadcast of your Glories of Kali Yuga lecture. But let's hear from you in a minute. Let's begin with God is good. And let us begin with Vandeham. And good to see so many, good to see you all. Tapati Devirasi, remembering you constantly with your family, and looking forward to your coming to Vila Govinda and meeting again soon. Lavanya Moy, oh my goodness. Okay, let's begin where we begin. Vandeham, and then we'll get distracted with the association of you all in a moment. But it's not a light, that is the sky shining through the roof. Okay, that's better. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Pada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrachatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sarvaitam Savarutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitanscha Om Agyantimarandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gorat Vijay Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So, dear devotees, happily seeing you, and happily seeing also from Siberia, from Thailand, from Australia, and from Estonia, from Georgia, from Norway, from Russia, from Latvia, of course, it's a Latvian Zoom, and from Germany. So anyhow, very happy Daugavpils and Resigne and Riga. Oh, and Italy and Ukraine. Oh my goodness, we have a very international gathering. All right, so we're all coming in remembrance of the Latvian devotees, or in sitting in service to the Latvian devotees in Riga, in Resigne, in Daugavpils. And let's hear first from Suresh Krishna Prabhu, who makes it all possible. And then we are eager to hear a little bit from Paramananda Prabhu and the others inside his car, because they've been on a preaching adventure today.
Dandavat Maharaj, Dandavat Simpredanam,
Dandavat Maharaj, Dandavat, all the devotees. Yes, we have survived this Baltic festival, which has become international.
You have translation, Maharaj? Yes.
I set it to English, but it's...
Hello! Translation? Okay. Oh, too loud. Sorry. Okay, we have survived after this festival. Okay. Apologies. We have a little bit noise.
No, we're good.
Can you hear us now?
Perfectly. I can hear perfectly. I was just showing you. I could hear you loudly through the speaker.
Okay.
And yes, it turned out Maharaj, everything that was needed was to get some good sleep. Just add a few hours to my sleep, and then the survivability rate increases drastically. Because, you know, this lack of sleep during the festival, it kind of, from day to day, it accumulates. But, you know, after the festival, we get some good rest. And what can we say? We're already thinking about the next year. You know, one festival finishes, but we're already thinking of the next year and how we can organize all of this. And even more than that, we're already talking with Pandita Didi to get her here for some preaching sharing. So we've already got her details. And as you said, we've already, as you suggested, we have a mini tour from the 19th September to the 22nd of September. She flies into Vilnius. We have a Vilnius program. Then we have a program in Rezekne, then to Riga, and then she flies off. So very compact, very quick little tour, and it's meant for just a weekend because Pandita Didi has also her schedule, her job. So I've already sent Udaran Prabhu the details, and he will help with the purchase of the tickets, etc. So this is our plan. And of course, we're already planning Krishna Janmashtami in the studio here in Rezekne. And also I'm inviting everyone who's online right now, and also all the Riga devotees to come here to Rezekne to celebrate Krishna Janmashtami. We will be celebrating it in the studio because there you can do it, you know, with full sound during midnight, everything, because there are no neighbors or nothing. So we have all the, you know, we can spend the night there as well. So we can glorify Krishna there, and nobody will complain that we're too much noisy or mridanga. So here is our you know, plans. And also we can say on the 23rd of August we were going to Riga. We will have a public program. It was a Saturday, 23rd, and then we will celebrate the birthday of Amya Baladidi. And on the 24th, Sunday, we'll have a program in the house of Harigopal. So this is we already have like lots of plans for August and the part of September. So now we got some good rest, we slept, and now we are already planning more. Hare Krishna.
Okay, well, I know this is joyful news to Srila Gurudev, to know that you've got all these things already planned, not a dream, but going to take place. And I'm sure it's also been instigated or fueled by the recent programs in those three countries of the Baltic area. And really, everyone was happy, the public, the devotees, and on all sides. Wonderful success, we can say, very happily. And you planned more festivals, and we've come. Actually, we had a 3-day festival in London. Is anyone here from London? They can say, here. No, nobody from London right here. But we basically had a 3-day festival in London immediately after leaving you. And I mean, just automatically festivals. It was very good, and we full from morning till night. And then next day, early morning, came over here, and now we're in a famous place called Kiltegan. And it's about the same size as Yukai in Australia. So if Yukai is famous, why not Kiltegan? Because Kiltegan is now, this is the 4th annual festival, except there was a gap because of COVID. So anyhow, so restarted the annual festivals. And really, actually, I should try to make a little video about this, like where we are and the facilities here, because Suresh Krishna, will you be interested to see? I'm sure, and probably everybody will be interested to see what the facilities are. This is the temporary temple room, and you can see behind me, and you can see all the way along, this is the width, and this is the length. And we've got a large temple room, and it's quite separate from the kitchen, quite separate from everything else. So the kitchen crew, they're in a building through the window there. I don't know if you can see it. Not sure what you can see because I've got the reflection of the screen. And right opposite is the accommodation. So anyway, we've got a wonderful group of devotees, as well as Father Michael, the priest, like the head priest who's here, Christian priest. And he's been a real gentleman and so accommodating, not only with the facilities, but been very accommodating to hear us, to join our programs, to take prasadam and to share. So a gentleman, religious person searching for the Lord in his mature age. He is just, he's 67 or 77. I'm not sure which of those two. A little older, but a gentleman. And so this is where we are, and it's the countryside, and the festivals have been going on with as following the Suresh Krishna example of having an itinerary so that all the moments of every day are taken up with some kind of activity. And we had, I mean, anyway, it's been very beautiful. And because we're with devotees, it's so, happy just to be able to share so many things about spiritual life, about Gurudev, about the life. One topic today was what Guru Maharaj and Gurudev expect of us, and Vaishnava etiquette. And so, with our family, then, either directly family, but they're all our families, sincere seekers and the initiated family, or then we're able just to happily share many things, and then very beautiful questions and answers, and with participation around and about. And the questions and answers were to our dear Shripad Bhakti Swarup Tridandi Maharaj. And he actually told about, after some questions, things, or somebody asked him, how did you come to Krishna consciousness? We've heard that question before somewhere. And anyhow, Tridandi Maharaj, he doesn't usually open up, so much about, his private life or whatever it may be. But he said, actually, this is all very private, but I'm telling you now, telling to us, the group here, because it's a family group and very sweet. And so really, it's an indication of how the mood of the program here, it is that family open mood. And it was very beautiful morning question and answers, which of course went over time. Clocks go very fast when there's Hari Katha and all these things taking place. And so we've been sharing the programs. We've each got our programs and sitting in on each other's programs. So we're always engaged in either hearing or chanting. And this afternoon, meant to be going walking. It's Ireland. I'll take my umbrella. But walk and talk, not just walking. We've already walked. All right. So this is just a little news from here, but it is almost a continuation of the Baltic festivals, actually, both in London, because so many people came, and from the local area, the devotees and the aspiring devotees, because they were interested to hear about what happened in Lithuania and Estonia. And there is a Lithuanian man from Kaunas who's now coming regularly to the temple. So one of the first people I met arriving in London was a Lithuanian man. And why was it a festival too? With Keshavananda Prabhu. He's always lively in his Hari Katha, in his personal dealings, and of course, he adds much voltage to the kirtan. So we've had some testing of the floorboards in the London temple, and they seem to hold up quite well. So anyway, that was London. And then here it is a retreat. And we came straight from the airport to the retreat, and we've been here ever since. So we're continuing happily. So as we're always saying, some excuse for devotees to come together. And really, this is a retreat for devotees, and we've got two who are sincere seekers, but they're practically devotees. I mean, they are devotees, just not officially, if one wants to say such a thing. And very happily, they're here and known to us and not unknown to us. We've met before and before. Hare Krishna. So we would like to hear from the Paramananda Prabhu car, but not if Paramananda Prabhu is driving, because please take care of the road. They're in Bangkok and with a team, which means Krishna Kanta Devirasi, Munindra Mohan Prabhu, Muktinath Prabhu, Ajitasha Devi Dasi, Anthony, one newcomer who is there, Krishna Priya, Paramananda. Are they all in one car? I do not know. It's night. Oh, Paramananda was not driving. He's in the passenger seat. Krishna Priya Devidas is driving. So Dandavat to you all in the car. I hope you can hear us. We've been searching the internet, looking for your program, and we're so disappointed. We couldn't join live, but I hope we can be a lizard on the wall and share the program a little later in the recorded version. But please, a spokesman from the car, headed by Paramananda Prabhu.
Maharaj, it was broadly broadcasted in the ether.
Good.
And also recorded by Muktinath, who will be posting and reporting to you shortly.
I sent a little video to you, Raj.
Oh,
So
did you?
some
Okay.
Anyhow, so we did stick to the theme of the meeting today, and we elaborately described all the horrors of Kali Yuga. And then we described one quality that canceled all the horrors and made Kali Yuga very glorious. And that was Kirtanad eva Krishnasya Mukta Sangam Param Brajet. Mahaprabhu's grace, which was happily received by the attendees. And then, of course, our dear Munindra Mohan Prabhu, Krishna Kanta, and Krishna Priya. They kept going with the description of the Kali Yuga glories and took some questions and answered very nicely and inspired few fortunate souls who were present. And here is a little bit more from them.
Well, it was a small size program, but glorious. Muktinath and Parajita, they did very, sweet organization. They rent a place or been hosted by a cultural center. And we got some guests, interesting people. One lady from India named Shruti, and another guest. And Krishna Kanta told all her story
Again.
And
Again and again.
it was one Kali Yuga story, but with a good end. And yeah, question and answer. Then there was a very nice altar with Guru Maharaj, Govinda Maharaj, and also yourself in picture form. And
As a servitor, Maharaj.
servitor, decorated with the fresh flower, like Thai style, and then little prasada, nice kirtan in the beginning. Nice, sweet program, really.
By Krishna Kanta, the Kirtan.
Kirtan by Krishna Kanta. Then Bangkok is very big city, but with around the corner we found another Vaishnava program. Like ISKCON group as a temple with deities and Tulsi and kind of Sunday feast beginning when we end. So it was like little Krishna bubble in a big materialistic metropolis, but expanding. That was the feeling. the bubble is going to expand
Infinite and dynamic.
infinitely and dynamic.
So now I have a question to Krishna Kanta Didi. From her experience and observation, do people of Thailand have the chance?
Of course. Thank you. Krishna Priya and Aparajita, right?
Yeah, Parajit.
Very sweet. She's very enthusiastic.
Yeah, she's sincere, right?
Yeah, nice girl. Yeah, no, it was very nice experience. I think Gurudev would be very happy that we had a program in Bangkok. Because Thailand was his favorite place. Saying so far this is the best place I visited. So he would be very happy that devotees are doing some preaching attempt in Bangkok. It was really nice. Happy to see Muktinath and Aparajita working and doing this. Yeah. That.
Jai. So there is hope for the whole of Thailand. Got the great gracious glance of the Vaishnavas, headed by Gurudev, no doubt, but the good Vaishnavas in the continuing generations. So beautiful, very beautiful. And Gurudev told it's the best country by far that he'd visited. And it was his expression also that the best country by far, adding that at the end, his emphasis in beautiful way. So good, yes, very beautiful. So Krishna Priya Devirasi is driving, don't be distracted. No, look at the road, don't look at us. It's back. But now with you and an assistant in the form of Aparajita Devirasi, and then so much can now take place. Jai.
And tomorrow we're going to a pilgrimage to Ayodhya,
Oh, okay.
but to the places Govinda Maharaj favored in Ayodhya. He really liked coming there.
Jai, really a pilgrimage. Beautiful, yes. And will that be the first time for Manindra, Mohan Prabhu and Krishna Kantariri?
Yes, first time.
First time in Ayodhya, yeah. We are by the mercy of Hanumanji.
Jai. All right. So from Latvia, let us take any question or any other information you like to give. Raja Krishna is back home, Indumati Devidas is back home, and we were really touched that they came to the airport to see us off early in the morning. Or early in the morning, what time was it? Anyway, came to the airport in Riga, well out of the way to see us off. That was very touching. Any question or any contribution or from anybody there? In Riga, yes, Raja Krishna Prabhu.
Dandavat all Vaishnavas. Dandavat Madhusudan Maharaj. Dandavat to Thailand. Dandavat to all of our family. When I observe our association, I feel like we're all at one big table and we're sharing our impressions, our thoughts. Around us is this huge material world, and this is like two different lives, and it's going on, and we feel ourselves very comfortable. And the second life, it is what's happening outside this material world. And you want that there is also happiness and joy. And at the same time, this world, which does not accept the Lord and Krishna. And there are many reasons, and our masters are sharing. And this unacceptance of the Lord, which leads to suffering, constant tribulations, tragedies. It is so, I cannot understand why this world, well, I understand Kali Yuga, etc., but this state, for me personally, is it is not natural. Tomorrow my vacation ends. It was a long vacation, but I'm going to work with the name of Krishna. When I will wake up, I will say Hare Krishna. I will chant japa. I will do everything as usual, and I will go to my job with the words Hare Krishna, and I will try to dedicate my day to Krishna, and the next day I will try to dedicate it to Krishna, and I will try for Krishna to be in the center. Let's see if I will be successful, if I will have enough strength. And I will remember my master, my teacher, the Vaishnavas, Krishna, and together with our combined efforts we will try to do something. And first of all to change myself, and the world can change itself. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai Dandavats, Dandavats Prabhu. And wonderful hosts. They got first prize from Mohanananda Prabhu in the world. How about that? Very wonderful. And in Riga, there were so many devotees when we opened up the Zoom half an hour ago, and now I see only the shoulder of probably Lavanyamoy Devirasi. Are you all alone? Have you been deserted? Oh,
I am not alone.
And Kamala Sundari, Ukrainian, Italian Kamala Sundari, now maybe she's learning Latvian, giving it a go. What news from Riga?
Yes, we are in Riga. У нас была намахата.
We had a namahata at the place of Harigopal, and I sent you a small video.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Yes.
And later we had prasadam recently, and we had more guests. Devahuti was here, and Edward, who is also practicing, as I understand. He has no initiation. He's 3 years is doing seva at the kitchen of an ISKCON temple. And they know Harigopal, and Harigopal has also invited them to the program. And they liked it very much. He said he will definitely come again. So we hope on the 24th of August we will have our next Namahata, and hopefully he will join us again. That's it.
That's it. Okay, well, that's positive and progressive. But there were more devotees when we came on the Zoom. There were 2 more, no? You had so many.
Yes, Devahuti and Edward. These 2, they were here and they had to go. So they just showed their faces.
Okay. Just the thumbnails. I didn't see who was with you. So, okay, so well done. Keeping the flag flying in Riga, and you got a new devotee, or a 3-year running devotee, now a new devotee into the ashram. And so I've just been joined by devotees. You see, your devotees are going elsewhere. Here, Sachi Devi, I try to ask them, come inside the picture. I can't be a cameraman every time. Okay, so here's Sachi Devi and here's Jadugopal Prabhu. And they are not only participating, they are doing so much to make this retreat here in Ireland lively, happy, successful, well-fed, well-nourished spiritually, well-nourished with prasadam. And we, in fact, had a prasadam. Oh, yes. yesterday was all about prasadam, about properly cooking prasad by heart, and then offering prasad by heart, honoring prasad by heart. We actually had a very prasadam-centered morning yesterday. The theme was actually about one of the very essential parts of Krishna consciousness, which is really being Krishna consciousness with everything we eat, because that, as has been given to us by our masters, as Gurudev said, if we conquer the tongue, we've practically conquered the whole. And Krishna, Boro Doyamoy, he is very merciful. Sva Prasad Anna, Sa Prasad Anna. Anna means rice, but also means food in general. His own prasad, Sva Prasad Anna Dilo, he's given. By simply, dear brother. So we had yesterday very much prasadam centered, correct?
Yes.
And look, we got so many devotees here, and really very happy to have you here. And if you like, dear devotees, you can ask to Sachi Devi, you can ask to Jadu Gopal Prabhu. He's quiet, but he knows about devotional service because he is a devotee, and he's done so much selflessly to make all of this work on this side of the world. So Suresh Krishna Prabhu, you've got competition, transcendental competition of selfless servitors. So any question from any quarter, it doesn't have to be Latvia. It can be any other of the many countries.
Maharaj,
little bit, can I add to something you said? When we heard
Yes.
that Saraswati organizing the 2-week-long festival in London, and I'm saying, Lavanya, let's make a 3-week to, one up them. And then, no. Let's stay on the 3rd place. We do not need this competition. We can have our honorary 3rd place, and truly we're happy because Jadu Gopal Prabhu, he is inspiring, and he's showing by example when he went to Limerick, yes? This temple, Limerick? Where he...
Limerick, да.
Okay. And he, as I understood, 10 years he was alone, and only later there was a community of devotees. No? Maybe that was a dream I had.
A different devotee, Prabhu. That's Gopeshwar Prabhu. He was 10 years alone. And then these devotees, they came and they manifested something there. Yes.
All right. Sorry, my apologies. But yes, this Ireland community, they're inspiring because this tolerance and humility and this continuation of activity, that nothing comes instantly, so you need some humility, tolerance before something to happen. And as we see, there's a huge community in Ireland, and also even Lithuanian, if you can send us the number of this devotee from Kaunas, maybe we can talk to him. Maybe he has friends in Kaunas, so we can organize something in Lithuania as well. If he is there, if he travels back and forth, maybe. But this is just a note. Little.
Okay, well, Sachi Devi can remind me to ask Saraswati, because Sachi is also going back there to London, and then they can ask to that gentleman, I told them about the Lithuanian man who's coming to the temple there. And they can see if they can get their contact. Yes, very good. But you're saying, you're happy to be 2nd or 3rd, like this. Just before, a short while ago, Jadu Gopal Prabhu and myself, we are looking on the map where to go for a walk and talk this afternoon. And we can see from here a hill. And of course, we've just been in Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia, which all places are flat. We've just been in London. All places are flat. we come here, and so it looks like a big hill. So we pinged it and looked it up, and it said, like, it's very proud to say, not that it was the highest hill in Ireland, or the second, or the third, but the first thing about it was the 152nd highest hill in Ireland. And it was very proud to be in that position. So this is like the dasana. Okay, we're taking the humble position. So we have a humble hill, which we may or may not go up this afternoon. Hare Krishna. If no immediate question, I can just slip in a question to Ajita Krishnaru, because he's in Vrindavan and recently arrived in Vrindavan, and maybe he can just give us a touch of Vrindavan Dham, devotionally speaking, something that you can share with us to give us inspiration, Ajita Krishnaru. In Russian, it's fine. I know your English is perfect, but in Russian you can share.
I had a thought in Vrindavan that humility is a positive, it's a positive for a negative, something like that. It's a positive, acquiring positive for something negative. Because when you lose something externally, some position, but if internally you're humble, that you come out on the other side with a deeper realization.
And
sorry, I was just telling him that we have simultaneous. So we're having some. And this devotee that I'm with, it's his first time coming out of Russia, and he's very astonished by devotees. He's by this place, by their care and affection. He's amazed, and he's very by their warmth. And we're trying. I'm still in this kind of state of half unconscious. So.
But one thing, coming to Vrindavan.
Когда мы, придя во Вриндаван. Oh, sorry, I forgot to switch. My bad. Sorry, Maharaj, again.
But somehow when we come to Vrindavan, we come to Navadip, Puri, Jayapur, then we get a different perspective about the Vaishnavas, that we are not a rare breed in one sense, that expression, that actually Vaishnavas are the majority, because the whole of Vaikuntha, this is completely normal, means everyone is a Vaishnava in Vaikuntha. Heading all the way up to Goloka Vrindavan, all are Vaishnavas. They're devotees of Vishnu, not taking anything for themselves. And so, when we come to Vrindavan and these holy places, it's a little reminder that there is a land where everybody is a devotee. And then, when we are in the various countries around the world, we feel, oh, we are very much the minority. People wonder, what's this on our face? What's this? What's this? But actually, we are the majority, but in the world, living in a minority area. This expression, I like that expression. So coming to the holy places can be a resetting our perspective of what we are doing. It is the proper thing to do. It's not something strange. It is absolutely the normal thing to do, to be a devotee. Hare Krishna. There are so many wonderful devotees here. Would anyone like to share something like yourselves say, I've got this I'd like to share with the rest of the devotees here. If you do, here's a chance. Otherwise, Sachi Devi is always ready to share. So, Sachi Devi, you're up. Come a little nearer, kindly. From London, actually, she's from Holland, and she arrived in London from Amsterdam the same day that I returned, that I came into London. And so she was in our London 3-day festival, and she came over and now in the festival over here and continuing to Limerick. Is that right? Afterwards?
Yes.
So week festival in Ireland. Sachi Devi. There's people from all over the world. I mean, we were listing the countries, and I was quite surprised. The world is well represented.
Dhammarat, beautiful devotees. I first want to tell you that this retreat is so wonderful, totally emerging in the qualities of Krishna, his beauty, the advice of the gurus, the songs of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Narottam Das Thakur. Everything is like keeping us like all the time engaged. And you know, Maharaj is like that, and we are so inspired that to have his association continuously, and that is, say, the purpose of a retreat, like 3.5 days, but intense and full on. And then we feel so happy. And also to refer to Yadu Kupal, I'm Yadu. No, what is the name now?
Yes, Yadu, yes.
That and such a nice atmosphere here around Maharaj and
around the devotees.
And I see his qualities. He's always when I'm doing something and other. I mean, I can speak for myself. He's always see what has to be done and being part of the service. And then this morning also we heard from Srila Guru Maharaj that maybe people want to meditate or want to renounce the world or do certain sacrifices and penances to get a better life. But actually, without service, and we know service means offering ourselves and our activities to the Lord, to Krishna, to via the Guru, we offer to Krishna and Mahaprabhu. Without that, we cannot be really. It will not be a permanent thing in our life that we get detached from all the illusionary and negative things in the material world, and that we come in a temple. Maharaj also sometimes speaks about it, where a relief of the illusion, a place of purity, where also in general the regulative principles are being how to say observed. So all this. And then I heard a video from where Gurudev is speaking, Srila Govinda Maharaj. We are the most wealthiest people because we have so much beauty and nectar in our life and advice. And also I heard one time, we know what to do every moment. So there is no boredom in our life. We can chant, we can serve, we can watch. Where is some help needed? We can clean, we can read, we can chant, not in that order maybe. And so many, that is we can all the time be engaged with Krishna, with the way how he wants us to come back to a better life, to a life full of nectar, to a life what is at every step there can be some revelation, there can be some practice, there can be some encouragement. It's really alive. It is full of a living experience. And then, of course, we know have to be engaged with the heart, not within anything that we also heard this morning. Sometimes in the world, like practicing practitioners of love for God or having a relationship with the Lord, they have some motivation in the back. That Guru Maharaj says no, has to be clean. No, you do it for no result or no money or some position, just out of from your heart. You give your service to the Lord, to the devotees, and that is a wonderful life. That's a little contribution from me.
Jai. And I could ask, now Saumya Shamprabhu has also joined us from Limerick. They're going to be taking us to Limerick for this later this week, going down to Limerick. And I could ask all three of them, because there is a word which I'm trying to remember Srila Guru Maharaj used this morning, but Guru Maharaj, how do I say, Guru Maharaj used this morning? Because in the morning program, as we do, we were showing, we were sitting with Guru Maharaj, watching Guru Maharaj from 42 years ago. And by the mystic capacity of the recordings from the Chinmoy Dev Prabhu in Vila Govinda in Ireland, he's making, in Italy, sorry, he's putting the captions and making the talks very available. And the talk we were listening to this morning, Srila Guru Maharaj was saying about how somebody may be very perfect pujari, wearing perfect cloth, very clean, doing everything perfectly in the puja, the offering, apparently. So outwardly, everything is looking very perfect. But inside, he may be that he's doing all this in order to get something back. And Guru Maharaj directly used the expression that giving 5 rupees to the Lord and asking for 5 lakhs rupees, that's 500,000 rupees. Now, any businessman knows that's a good return on your capital, isn't it? Anyway, but Guru Maharaj used the word when there is some, and it wasn't only about money, because he directly said too, about even praying for health, praying for this, praying for that. But whatever it may be, that doing some worship in order to get something. Guru Maharaj used the word filthy. He said, these filthy things polluting the puja. So they may be outwardly very clean and perfect in their behavior, but filthy things polluting that. Whereas Guru Maharaj was saying that in the Ragamag, the loving devotional service to the Lord, then there may be apparently so many unperfect things on the outside, maybe not so perfectly dressed, not so perfectly mantras chanted, whatever it may be, some familiarity with the Lord and with the devotees. But when it is selfless, nothing for oneself, only it is for the Lord's satisfaction and the devotee's satisfaction, then that is beautiful, that is pure, that is wonderful. Whereas the looking perfect, but doing with some filthy internal desire, even if it's for health or for anything of this world, Guru Maharaj put that in a category. He used 2 strong words. One was filthy, and he said it strongly, filthy. And then a few sentences later, expressing this same matter, and he used another word. What was that other word? And we stopped and we pointed it out. Yeah, this is mine. Okay, but perhaps the word was objectionable. It may have been objectionable. I can't look it up because it's a video, so it's not like looking up a text that we read this morning. But perhaps it was objectionable. But Srila Guru Maharaj twice used this, used very strong expression. You see, from his perspective, devotional service means exactly that. It's not mixed, it's not we're coming like a religion. We're coming to do something to get something from the Lord. We're coming to do something for the Lord, only for the Lord. And it's not also the search for liberation. It's not the search for good health or wealth or anything else, or promotion to the upper planets, relief from suffering. We are coming to the Lord from Guru Maharaj's sweetest, purest perspective. Only devotional services, we are coming with our everything for the Lord, and other things, any other motive, filthy and objectionable. I mean, it was a strong but sweet talk. Guru Maharaj talking very strongly and sweetly. Hare Krishna. And later in the morning, we had another program because Subhasini is keeping us all engaged. No gaps between the bathroom tiles for the water to seep through. Munindra Mohan Prabhu knows that example, because this example that if you put tiles on the bathroom wall, they're to stop the water seeping into the cement and rotting the cement. But you got to have no gaps between the tiles. You got to put something in there. So yes, Hari Gopal explaining with image of the tile, the gap, no gap. And so no gaps between the programs. And so Subhasini, Saraswati, maybe yourself, I don't know who made fully the schedule, but it's a good schedule because the devotees are busy. And a little later on, then Srila Gurudev was speaking to us in a different program, different part of the day, and he was speaking to us. And what was he telling us, Jadagopal? Sorry, Maharaj. You're sorry. Oh, okay. I put Jadagopal on the spot. Okay, I put everybody on the spot, including myself. I was in the kitchen. You were in the kitchen. Well, I wasn't. I don't have that excuse. I was showing the talk. And okay, anyway, he did, okay, then he did come to Trinada Pi Sunichana. So this part is safe and sound, because Gurudev did come, not unexpectedly, but very happily, to the humility, tolerance, and giving honor to others. Oh, he was. His letter with all the written. Oh no, that was another thing. Yes, we read the handwritten letter, which is which Gurudev, the handwritten guidance that Gurudev gave, which is on the wall as you enter Vila Govinda Ashram, a photograph of it there. That we read, but we also saw Srila Gurudev. And Srila Gurudev was explaining the purpose of a mat. He's explaining about mat and about ashram, about the devotional life of the devotees, and actually something very similar to what Sachidevi was saying. At every moment we can do devotional service. And the mat is like the monastery part. There will be the students, and previously the mat was male students. And there will be, like in Christianity, they have the monastery for the men, they have the nunnery, yes, for the nuns, like that. Oh, convent for the nuns, like that. But the ashram is where, and then Guru Maharaj saying, but the ashram is where everybody can come and serve. And so this way, Srila Gurudev was explaining about now all over the world, the ashrams and the Seva ashram. He was actually describing the name of the SoCal, the California ashram, which actually Gurudev liked to call it the Santa Cruz ashram. even though the town is actually Socal. Well, Gurudev likes Santa Cruz, maybe because of the saint. Santa means saint. Santa Cruz ashram. And there he said, Sri Chaitanya Sarasvat Seva Ashram. Because the ashram is for seva. And it is, and he said this name is very perfect for this ashram. Because Sri Chaitanya Sarasvat, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message coming through, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And Guru Maharaj explaining this, Gurudev explaining this, and saying that this ashram name, it is what ashram? It's a seva ashram. It's a place where everyone can come and do seva. So Gurudev was discussing that name, and it was a talk from the Seva Ashram, the Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Seva Ashram, from the Socal or Santa Cruz Ashram in California. And that recording was much clearer, and also Gurudev's English was a little clearer, and the devotees here, I kept stopping the video to say, do you understand? So, yes, we understand everything Gurudev's saying. So I was very happy that we're able to play a little bit continuously so devotees could hear and remember what Gurudev was saying. Hare Krishna. So he was talking about seva, 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 seva. Oh, and yes, and Srila Gurudev in this talk was explaining about the parampara and about Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur coming to rectify. He used the word rectify the current of the Rupa Sampradaya, Mahaprabhu Sampradaya, which is in name coming to Rupa Goswami. So the Rupa Nuga Sampradaya, the Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati came to rectify, that word he used, this Sampradaya, which had become, except for a fine current, a fine line of purity, except for that, the mass understanding was very much unhappy about the Mahaprabhu Sampradaya due to the devotees, generation by generation, diluting and contaminating the teachings from the purity, the absolute purity of Mahaprabhu's gift. And so with generation by generation, the Sampradaya becoming polluted and corrupted and going wrong, you can say, to a big extent, then Gurudev pointed out to Srila Saraswati Thakur, he's the rectifier of that Sampradaya very strongly. And we are that line, Mahaprabhu, through Srila Saraswati Thakur. And what is the duty of the students? That they will do seva. And the ashram where seva will be done will be for everybody can do seva. And he's saying the mat is actually the place. Traditionally, the mat means like the monastery. It is the place where the students and the study, and the ashram is the place of seva. So seva ashram. And always seva, seva, seva. And anyway, Srila Gurudev speaking so beautifully. And this morning, in the earlier talk with Srila Gurudev, with Srila Guru Maharaj in the early morning, part of the early morning program, we managed 5 minutes only, but for expression, and then explain, expression, and explain. And Sripad Tridandi Maharaj here, and he's very clear and very sweetly helping the devotees understand, things that Gurudev is saying about, clarifying what Srila Guru Maharaj rather at that time was saying. When he says, and there everyone is a devotee, making it clear where is there, where is here, and all these things. And so it was a very natural flow of hearing Guru Maharaj and with the devotees, giving some clarification, because often Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Sridhar Maharaj's recordings are a little more difficult to catch necessarily to catch exactly the flow that's taking place. So we managed 5 minutes. We went through phrase by phrase, and then rewound, as it were, if you have a tape player. We went back the 5 minutes, and then everybody happily, 5 minutes of our whole day we will hear now. Everyone's heard the explanation. They can hear the English. Everyone's English speaking here, so they could hear the words, but maybe not understand the words, or understand how it's all fitting together. And then we played that 5 minutes again. And so nourishment from Guru Maharaj. And a little later, because it's a retreat and we've got these programs running, then a little later on, then for another context, then we heard from Srila Gurudev. And this way, continuing. Hare Krishna. Anyway, we're happy that you can join us, but actually, to me, having come directly from the Baltic states, and this is the Latvian Zoom, it's practically a continuation of the Latvian retreat.
Mm-hmm.
Hare Krishna. And then next weekend, we're expecting, if it's the will of the Lord, we'll be in, I don't know if it's a retreat or not, but with Munindra Mohan Prabhu, Krishna Kantar, and all the team there in Villa Govinda Ashram in Italia. Munindra Mohan Prabhu, a last word from you today. Well, the very last word will come from Suresh Krishna Prabhu. But because everyone's so quiet and didn't ask any question, in the meantime, share something with us, Munindra Mohan Prabhu, to make us Krishna conscious until we meet again later in the week. For everybody, me too. Please.
Well, I must say, for service, I proofread all 4 sermons of Guardian of Devotion in 2 weeks. I read all of them like a marathon. It was like an overdose of Guru Maharaj, nectar and mercy. But I want to read with understanding, not just find the fault in typing. So I pay I involve some attention in that. And really, maybe those talk has been given within 2 years, I don't know how long. But reading 2 weeks is like concentrated mercy of God coming in a short time. And I think I'm not the same person. I got like super injection of Guru Maharaj, loving intention of rescue fallen souls, and with all his possible weapon and examples and sometimes even was I think carried away in his own flow. And I mean, it's amazing experience like this all together, the four sermons. And by Krishna Kantar Mercy, I got this service. She translated and I proofread. Almost ready to publish. Just have to put some picture and the cover. And I suggest everyone to read all of them at once. It's kind of experience. And
The retreat.
yeah. If you get arrested, maybe in a jail, you can read.
Hare Krishna.
We should talk about it. Reading that.
Beautiful. And by the way, Munindra Mohan Prabhu, you sent me those queries because he really has been scrutinizing every sentence. We will address those, but if you're about to print, you're giving me a little urgency that really we have to address those before you do print. And so we do have 1 or 2 questions. And so one is answered, and then the rest we'll cover. I see if I can get a few moments here. I'll ask Subhasini for a reprieve.
Look like you have not so much free time.
We've been kept busy. I think everyone will happily agree, because that's what it's meant for. We're not on holiday. We are on holy days. Okay, so dear devotees, well, let's come back to Suresh Krishna Prabhu. He's arranged these Sunday Zooms in the name of Latvia, but we can see and very happy to have the association of so many joining in Suresh Krishna Prabhu's flat. And by the way, when I was there, he showed me the place that they rent 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, the place where they hold the weekly public programs in the town center of Rezegne. And it's a sweet, happy place. It's very suitable. And we've just learned today also it's going to be very suitable for Krishna Janmashtami at midnight, because at that time, nobody else is around. I think it's an office block or something. So anyway, but the feel of the place was very, very sweet. And so also that's another quiet piece of progress taking place in Rezegne, that they've got an established center, a place with an address that people can come to for Krishna consciousness. So well done. Suresh Krishna, over to you. It is the Latvian Zoom.
And also, I remembered Maharaj, and it shows today's association that when we are with the devotees, we become fearless. And when you had that hat, faith over fear, it shows that when we are with the devotees, we're full of faith, and this faith overcomes all fear wherever we are, whether it's retreat, festival, tour, different countries. But when we're with the devotees, we feel that everyone is a devotee. There are no non-devotees. So that is the feeling I have, and very nice feeling. And our Sangha, our association right now is proof of
Jai
that,
Srila Bhakti
and it shows that.
Maharaj ki jai, Jai Srila Bhakti Rakshak Maharaj ki jai, Jai Chedra Fidansa Prabhupada ki jai, Jai Shishi Guru Gauranga Dantarva Govinda Sundar Ji ki jai, Giriraj Gordhan ki jai, Shishi Muktai Gauranga Ji ki jai, Jai Guru Parampar ki jai, Guru Varga ki jai, Namacharya Sharias Thakur ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Vrindi ki jai, Jai Srila Bhakti Ranjan Maharaj ki jai, Jai Shripat Paramananda Prabhu ki jai, Shripat Munindra Mohan Prabhu ki jai, Shripat Ajita Krishna Prabhu ki jai, all assembled devotees ki jai, Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
And Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Bol. But that hat, also that hat is not my hat, it was lent to me, is Leelavati from Israel. She bought it, she didn't have it made, she found it. Oh, look, faith over fear, it said on the front. And when I was wearing it briefly, that was surrendered by Hari Gopal Prabhu very affectionately to protect us from the strong sun in Lithuania. And Keshavananda Prabhu said, I never knew Lithuania was a tropical country. That was his comment. All right, dear devotees, we'll leave you peacefully, whether you are in a tropical northern country or any other kind of country. It's not about the country, it's about the association and our consciousness, our Krishna consciousness, under the guidance of dear Srila Gurudev, Srila Guruma, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and our Rupanuga Guru Bhaga Ki Jai. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha. All best wishes to all of you. And really, I don't want to miss anyone out, so I'm not going to mention more names than we did at the earlier time. But super to see you all. And we must, well, Yuvati Didi is here. We must give a mention. She made such excellent arrangements in Estonia, and wonderful public program, all arrangements, and we appreciate very much everything that you did, along with Simeshwara Prabhu, and everyone, all of you. Venugita Didi, she joined us also here from Latvia, so we've got more and more devotees here. Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Gurudev, Jai Shri Guru Maharaj. We'll meet again soon. Amra Ashchi. Govinda Govinda.
Dandavat.
Dandavat, Dandavat. Govinda, 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 Gopala, Gopala.
Hare
Gotta
Krishna.
go, we gotta go, we gotta go.